Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Soulful Soul. My name is Gladys, and this is your weekly pick a card reading. I'm sorry it's late this week, but I recorded it on Friday, in fact, and I had problems and it was lost after having edited it twice. Anyway, so here we are, a little bit late, but your weekly reading. I'm using, in honor of the full moon in Libra, which is today, Sunday the 28th here in South Africa, I'm using the Justice card as your card of choice from 4 different decks. So the first one is from the Alchemical Tarot. Group 1 is from the Alchemical Tarot. And you've also got a card from the Spirit Animal Oracle by Colette Baron Reid beneath there, and it's not revealed, but your number is 14. That's group 1. Group 2, and this is the Spirit Animal Tarot, Bearer of Justice, and your number is 45. Of the Oracle deck is 45. Group 3, your number is 26, and your deck is from one of my favorite, the Spellcasters Tarot. And this one, 62, is 8. The Justice card is the number 8. So in this deck and in that deck, the Strength cards would be 11 in those decks. Just a little tidbit there. And this is the Wild Unknown Tarot. Okay, so you can make your choices on the basis of the numbers, of the pictures on the cards, on the tarot deck that you like, and using your gut, really, your intuition. Just don't think too much about it and just feel what you are drawn to. I'll give you a moment. And you can also pause the video if you like. Oh, I'm going to keep these slightly shorter than normal because I've already shared a message, a full message on Facebook based on the previous readings. If you want to see that, you can go and have a look there. Welcome back, Group 1. You've chosen the Justice card from the Alchemical Tarot, and your card from the Oracle deck is Chameleon Spirit, and it says act as if. So let's see what acting as if you need to do, or if the message is indeed related to that. Beneath the deck, you have the King of Vessels in the reverse. So I feel this might be to do with relationships, a relationship, a lovership. It might not, but that's the immediate thing that I'm getting. Okay, the first thing I notice is that there's a 5, a 4, and a 5. The Temperance is a 5, 14, 1 plus 4 is 5, right? Oh, wow, and that's a 5 as well, act as if. And you know, the chameleon changes to suit their environment. So, you know, 5s are about change. So perhaps you're going through this big change, and it might require you to act as if. But let's see. But you are going through this big change. So this 5 of Wands, I think, is talking about possibly burning yourself out. This 5 came up possibly in group 1 reading yesterday. I can't remember. But in there, to me, it showed, it was from the Spellcasters Tarot. And there it's men playing around a beehive and like taunting the bees. I'm not getting that vibe here. What I'm feeling is that maybe it's like a hands full, and maybe your hands are full with creative projects or projects that require your creative energy. But perhaps the imploration is that you should be careful not to burn yourself out. With the Four of Wands in the reverse here, Four of Cups. Four of Cups is generally about not seeing an offer that's being made to you. In this deck, it shows a really tired elephant trying to like show their emotions, trying to hold their emotions in check. And perhaps this week, you will find yourself feeling quite emotional, like the elephant is not able to keep those emotions in check. And perhaps you've been keeping your emotions in check about something, possibly about this relationship. With Temperance card, Temperance is generally about coming into balance. But there's so much imbalance in this reading that perhaps that is what you're striving towards. And perhaps you are struggling with that a little bit. And maybe that, if I were to say, let's use the wisdom of that card, I would say maybe that would be the acting as if you have that balance, like imagining it. But we'll come back to Temperance later, because it's a lovely card to get in the upright as well. And then you get Temperance's counterpart, in a sense, or the card right next to Temperance, the Devil. But you have the Devil in reverse. You have the Four of Swords in reverse, and you have the King of Coins in reverse. The issue you might be finding hard to deal with is financial impatience, maybe. Maybe you are feeling impatient about your finances. I feel there might be a relationship aspect because you get the King and Queen of Coins as well. And I'll come back to that balance there. But you are finding it hard to be restful, to find that place of meditation, I feel. And with the Devil in reverse, you know what I think? I think that you might be overworking. The Devil in the reverse can talk about addictions, and that's what I'm seeing in this today. Overwork, trying to do too many things, perhaps, and in the process, you might just burn yourself out. So just be careful about that. And it's leading to an imbalance, possibly, because that's also about work. But we'll come back to that role. That's what I'm seeing. It's like you need to take time out. We are going into the Easter holiday, so perhaps you'll take time just to be quiet and spend time on you, or spend time looking within. With the Five of Cups here, Five of Cups is normally about something, looking at the two cups, looking at the three cups, looking at the past, at the three cups that have spilt over, looking at what went wrong instead of what is right. And I think here, this is depicted as the jars falling over, and the result of the one jar breaking is that the people have been freed. And if I see that in relation to the King and Queen of Coins, it's like maybe a relationship ended, a job ended, something ended, but it's led to freedom. And perhaps you can't see that at the moment. You can't see your independence. You can't see the stability. But it's almost like you're being called to trust the journey. Trust the journey, because it is leading to this independence. But perhaps in a very different way from what you'd expected. Perhaps you wanted the King of Coins. You wanted to be badass king, ruler of the world, whereas you are becoming badass queen, the one who rules but shares at the same time. Perhaps it's a value system that's changed, or perhaps you expected to go off on your own, but you might be working in partnerships with others. But you might have thought you would start a project on your own or a business of your own, but you are actually called to work in partnership. Something like that. I'm not saying the partnership thing is the thing, but it's something like a different outcome from what you'd expected, but it's still a beautiful, just as beautiful outcome. It just has different energies. It's got more feminine energies of caring and nurturing. Not that the kings and the masculines are not caring and nurturing. It's just it really is the energy. If you look at the king of coins, it's more, I would see the king in reverse as more dogmatic, very earthy, but because of that earthiness, not movable, in the negative, in the reverse. Whereas the queen is in the upright. So the emphasis is on the gentle, the more nurturing energies of the queen energies of sharing and nurturing, but still building this financial independence. So it might look differently from what you anticipated it to look like. Something about the energy is different. Then you have the 5 of Wands with the devil, and well, you've got a 5 and 6 and 5, right? So because the 10 plus 5 is, because the devil card is 15, that's 1 plus 5 is 6, right? So 5, 6, 5. So this is, I'm seeing that as your addiction. And your addiction might be, I'm seeing the hand trying to grab too much. All the sweets are mine kind of thing. Just be careful of that. Perhaps that's what you're fighting with, your need to dominate as opposed to your need to engage. Perhaps. And what is happening, what I feel is happening here is maybe you could just be careful not to burn yourself out. Seek help rather than try to do it all alone. And this overwork, this taking on too much, can be an addiction. There's something about it that's not being true to who you are. There's something here actually about not being true to who you are. So think about that. Like, I'm using addiction, but there's some maybe untruth deep down that you are having to confront. And maybe you're afraid of moving forward. You're looking at the past, which is your 3 cups, and you're looking at something that didn't work in the past, and you're not seeing that this thing that broke, this relationship that's ended, this job that's ended, this thing that didn't work out the way you wanted it to work out is actually the freedom. Yeah. In fact, perhaps this is your ticket to letting go of this need to control. Yeah. And that's, in fact, what I'm thinking of the devil. It's the need to control. You're trying to control an outcome. And perhaps it's because you're afraid of something that didn't work in the past. With the 4, there's a 4 there and a 4 there. So the 4 of Cups, the 4 of Swords. I think this might be an emotional week for you. I think you're going through some kind of big transformation. And perhaps you're finding it difficult to relax and meditate. So I would suggest do simple things like more gentle things that are not like putting pressure on you to meditate, but just like putting your feet in water, going, I believe, in bodies of water. They're so healing, or nature is so healing. So spending time in nature or just appreciating nature is more what you need to do with your meditation. And it's linked to this feeling dissatisfied with some kind of thing that you might feel is the outcome. And you're thinking it's all upside down, it's not working, you're not making the money you wanted to make, or this relationship fell apart, or whatever the case might be. Really, I feel like this row is about balance. And specifically, maybe you have been feeling imbalanced. To have temperance and then a representation of the divine masculine and divine feminine here, it goes back to what I was saying, that you might have seen victory as being this really tough person that just rules the roost, you know. But perhaps your balance, your victory, your temperance is in allowing this feminine nature to rule your world, the situation. The other thing that this might represent, temperance might represent, that there's a relationship that is out of kilter in a way, because you've got the king here in reverse and the king there in reverse. I'm thinking perhaps a relationship is coming to an end. That's another possibility. But it's this allowing you your freedom so that you can find your balance in your road, and that person can do the same. These two are being freed. Okay, let me get clarifiers. I really don't want to make these not too long. Yes, I think that you are transitioning. Your Six of Swords is your transition from something that hasn't worked out in a lovership. You're transitioning to something more calm, and it might be on your own. But with the Seven of Coins here in reverse, you might be impatient. Again, that's reflecting that Temperance card. So I think you're needing to be patient with this process. That's what I think. These are your advice cards, so I'm just going to put them in the upright. That's it. Everything is fine. And beneath the deck, you have the Eight of Pentacles. It's like trusting in the hard work that you've done. Trust that whatever you've put in is, it's not wasted. Trust where you are being led, beloveds. That's what I think. And look at this. You get the Victory card, the Death card, like an ending, a complete ending, and the Sun. It's like, I feel you need to trust that after the darkness comes the sun. So whatever you're going through, you are moving towards victory. That's a 6 and that's a 6. You're moving towards your victory, right? Now, with advice, I feel that the important cards for you to look at are these two, or in fact, these three. Like, I think these are straightforward, right? I think they're straightforward. You can use them in the week ahead. I feel like what I said about being in nature, and I've forgotten about the acting as if, but act as if there's balance, and that balance is within you, not with somebody else. It might well be, but the balance first starts with you integrating the different aspects of yourself. Animus, yin yang, masculine, feminine. I find masculine and feminine is so much richer in the sense of making it tangible for us to understand. So I feel perhaps that's what you're acting as if is acting as if you have that balance within. You have everything within, you know. And I think that the work for the week ahead is also just confronting this, whatever this tendency is, this dogma, my way or the highway, like, or maybe I think taking on too much for whatever reason. But I think that the important thing, that's what you're doing, that's underlying, that's what you need to unpack. Because it's that then helps you free, allow the death to happen so that you can free yourself and maybe another. Okay, group one, I'm going to leave it there. I hope that helps. Please give me a like. If you like the way I read, if this made sense for you, please share your experiences of this reading. I would love to hear your comments. I would also value them. And share with like-minded souls. Subscribe, please, if you haven't. I send you lots of love for the week ahead, and I will chat with you again soon. Bye. Welcome back, group 2. You chose the bearer of justice, the elephant. That reminds me of Ganesha from the Spirit Animal Tarot. And your card, your secret oracle card, is Parrot Spirit. Watch your words. So perhaps let's see what comes up. Perhaps you are dealing with something that requires clear communication. Beneath the deck, you have the 7 of Feathers, which is the 7 of Swords, which is not my favorite card. I don't think it's anyone's favorite card. It does talk about trickery. It talks about sneakiness. It talks about head games. That's also number 7, by the way, 7 and 7, which is maybe why there's a tower happening, where there's a breakdown happening. It seems like a necessary one, because you also have the Magician here, which is really powerful. So nothing to worry about, I don't think. But let's look at these cards. You have the Tower, the 4 of Swords, and you have the 6 of Swords in the reverse. So this is quite heavy energy to go into. It's like something is coming down, some structure. It could be a course of study that is not working out. But in fact, no, with the Tower, it's a sudden event. It's something suddenly and quick that happens, that takes you by surprise. And I think that it's knocked you for a 6 in a way, because with the 6 of Swords here in reverse, it's like that it's made you feel unsettled. It's like you perhaps were expecting something to shift to the positive, and maybe it got worse. And sometimes things have to get worse before they get better, And here you have the 5 of Feathers, 5 of Swords again. You've got lots of Swords energy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4. Yeah, and 5 with that one. But so with the 5 of Feathers, this talks about you. Maybe, perhaps you did something that went against your own interests. You acted in a way that maybe didn't feel right for you. You weren't acting on your own intuition, and perhaps you got involved in a mind game or a game of sneakiness of some sort. Perhaps that's what you are doing, and the Tower is coming to help you see that that is not your way, or not whatever you've done hasn't been serving you, or whatever's going on. It might well be someone else who's behaved in that way. But because you have the High Priestess in the reverse there, I feel like it might be you who did not listen to your intuition. And it's not punishment, by the way. I don't see it as punishment. And I remember now with that card, Watch Your Words. It was very much, you got the Judgment card, and it was about being discerning. You got the Judgment card from this deck, in fact. Whoever's watching this and got that card, in my reading that was lost, the group that got Parrot Spirit, Watch Your Words, also got, I didn't mean to put this deck with that, I'd even forgotten. But you got the Judgment card in this deck, and it says Masters of Discernment. It was in reverse. And then you got, as a clarifier, you got the Karma card from the Spellcasters Tarot in the upright. And it was like saying that you might have made a mistake in something. You might have said harsh words, and you've been afraid to say sorry, or not been able to heal whatever it was. And now is a time for healing, and your guidance is to watch your words. And perhaps something has fallen apart with the quickener there. The blessing of the tower is that whatever has come down needed to come down, either so that you could rebuild on that same foundation. So let's say it's a relationship. Perhaps that relationship someone had an affair, or someone did something that hurt the other, or harsh words were said, which is possibly the case here. Maybe it needed to happen so that the partners could value each other differently and see the value of the relationship, or learn something about relationship, or learn something about each other so that they could decide to rebuild. Alternatively, it could be all those things, but it's helped them see that they are not suited for each other right now and need to go their separate ways. But the tower is there for our benefit. And then you get this powerful magician card. And really what it's reminding me is of the centrality of you in this picture. I mean, we are all center in our lives, whatever's going on in our lives. We have free will, and this card is reminding me to remind you of your free will, that your words have power. Your words in this situation have the power to make manifest something constructive that can be rebuilt, or built somewhere else, or destroy completely something good. And something good could be a relationship, it could be a job, it could be your reputation in a certain field, it could be relationships with the supervisor. Maybe they haven't worked out, but it doesn't mean that you have to fight, or with the teacher, or whatever the case might be. It's reminding you of your power and the power of your words right here and right now in the situation. With the 10 of swords in the reverse, I think you are being, and oh wow, that's also swords. So all your things are swords. There's head stuff, there's this game playing, and there's this power of words. Words are also air, they're also swords. They would be linked to the swords element, the air element. So there's such a caution to use your power wisely this week. It comes back to that masters of discernment. So something, I think that this card is possibly saying, but I'll read it that way as well. Let go, let it go, and allow whatever needs to happen to happen. And, last week the Queen of Swords came out, but from the Modern Witch Tarot. And I was saying it just reminded me of Solomon being that wise person making a decision. Here you have it in the reverse. And I think you are being cautioned to put on your, well, let's see what clarifiers come. But I feel these are cautions. Let go. And maybe that's it. The Queen of Swords can have a sharp tongue. In the reverse, she can be spiteful, which comes back to the 5 of Swords and that 7 of Swords. I'm not saying it's you. It might even be an energy around you. It could well be you. There's no judgment. It's just yourself. And sometimes we behave in ways that are contrary to our normal nature. Sometimes it is who we are, whatever, but in this, it's not who we are. It's sometimes it's just what we are, how we are behaving in that moment, in that situation. We might have felt the need to, or whatever. Right now, what is going on is you being asked to watch that tongue. It's fascinating. Let's look at it this way. So you have these 2 major arcana around this 5 of feathers, 5 of swords. So you have the 6, look at that. And yesterday, Friday, when I did the readings, there was a lot about numerology, numbers really played it. And here I'm seeing that again. You have the 5 there, you have the 6 there, and then you have the 1. 1 plus 5 is 6. It's like these are so linked to each other. It's like your tower happens or is happening, and you have the choice whether to be this have, play around or sneak around or not be truthful. And you have the choice to speak wisely and use your power wisely with words. Really, words are so important here. Air is so important. Mind is so important because there's a lot of mind games. You might even be playing mind games with yourself. There's this need to go within, and we'll get a clarifier for everything. But I think that you are not feeling in touch with your intuition. And that's what I feel like this row is really important, that's what you need to be getting in touch with. And we'll get clarifiers and we'll get advice cards like what is spirit guiding you or your higher self guiding you to work with in the week ahead. Then you get the 6 of feathers, the Seer of Shells. I didn't even take notes of this poor little Seer of Shells, this little Page of Cups wanting to make an offer or of some sort, but not feeling able to. So it feels like there's still rocky water that you're going through, but it's not anything you can't handle. It's almost like, for me, I really feel like you are in control of the situation, and it's your words, your actions that are based on, you might be a very head person because there's so much air here. And I think that you just need to be aware of how you say what you say, because it feels like you can make or break some situation. Wow, gosh. And there you have it again. It's like really, there is this, something needs to change, something needs to be allowed to change. The Ace of Wands is like a new beginning wanting to happen, and it's almost like you are blocking it. Perhaps it's because you maybe want things your own way. Just be careful of that, because I see the 7 of Swords. The 9 of Pentacles is generally about being independent. But with the 7 of Swords and the Ace of Wands there, I'm thinking, please be careful not to play games. I really feel your guidance is to speak truth, really. Watching your words can also be, for me, I'm seeing in the reading now, speaking truth, being honest. That's what I feel is keeping that. There's dishonesty going on. Might be around you. And if it's around you, just watch that, beloveds. Just be aware of it, because something, a tower moment can be embraced, because you know that it's, maybe even if it happens suddenly, you know it's for your own good, or you can fight against it. The choice is yours, and I feel like you should just allow. So there's 2 big messages. It's that tower, the tower and the letting go, and then being aware of your power and your power with honesty and truth and words. I'm just going to get some advice cards for you now. Okay, truth telling again. Last time, mustn't I? Okay. These words again. Wow. Did I not say to you the Judgment card played a strong role? And there it comes out with the and there it comes out again with the Modern Witch Tarot. So Page of Swords, Judgment, and the 8 of Wands. I think that your advice is, again, this, I'm going to hearken back to that Masters of Discernment, is the Judgment card is about a rebirth. So when a tower falls, you can have a rebirth. When your internal tower falls, something happens that is unexpected. It gives you a chance for a rebirth. There's such a strong energy of rebirth here. But I really feel it's about this discernment. The Page of Swords for me is always that two-mindedness. But the Page of Swords is a truth teller. The swords are about truth-telling if they are in the upright. And the Eight of Wands is the card of communication. It is the card of moving forward fast, but I feel that the message is about communication. I think that, beloved, group 2, you are going through a significant change. Something is falling, something is changing, and what you are being taught, the lesson you are being taught, is about your discernment, your ability to use words wisely. Perhaps you're normally very quick with the tongue, and you are learning a lesson about how words hurt, how words heal, how words can be your power. And how words can free people, free you as well. So I'm going to leave it at you. I'm not even going to say, I feel like these are the things you need to work on, is to think about all of these things. I don't think there's even anything you need to do, but think about all this message. Consider it in your life and apply what makes sense for you. Okay, group 2, I hope that helps. If you like the way I read, please give me a like and share with like-minded souls. Subscribe if you haven't. And I will chat with you again soon. I hope this message helps you. I send you lots of love. Bye. Welcome back, group 3. You chose the Justice card from the Spellcasters Tarot, and your card, your secret card, is the Flamingo Spirit. Embrace the in-between. I love that. And there's your Justice card. And we are using the Spellcasters Tarot as your deck. One of my favorite decks. I love it. I really love it. Beneath the deck, you have the Two of Cups. So it's possible you're dealing with something love-related, relationship-related. I mean, relationships don't have to be love, but it is possible. With the 2 and 6 there, relationships and fairness. So it feels like a relationship, something stable, ended, came to an end, might have been a while ago, because of mystery. There was no truth-telling in this, whatever it was. There was something hidden. And perhaps it led to sleepless nights. I don't know if that's a distant past thing or a recent past thing. But something that was close to you emotionally seems to have ended. You have the Page of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, and the 7 of Cups in the reverse. I feel like you are rushing towards your stability. You are. Now, let me just say, this is the center card. Something didn't work. It was shrouded in mystery. It might have been related to fears. And it's made you feel unstable. This thing that you hoped, this lovership maybe that you hoped would happen. And it's kind of leading you towards this, moving your energy towards your own pentacles, creating your independence. The thing about the Knight of Wands is always to be aware of the energy of the Knight of Wands. Can be very gung-ho and take no prisoners. Let me do it all now. I want to do it all now. I want to achieve it all now. And the caution is just to, it's so interesting though. I know I stop my sentences sometimes, but what is interesting, the Knight of Wands has that rushing energy, and the Page of Pentacles is the complete opposite. It's the slow and steady. So maybe that's what you are needing to find your in-between about, that balance about. And the Seven of Cups for me is so much about that discernment, so much about choosing wisely. So that's what your journey is. I think that with the Two of Wands, this is so much about embracing the in-between. Look at that. Looks like stuck energy, and this person is embracing the in-between. Okay, my ships haven't come in yet. I know they are on their way. But in the meantime, I'm going to stop, talk to the birdies. I might be stuck here because my ships haven't come in with their supplies and whatever. But there's grass around me. There's air. There's the clouds. I can enjoy nature. This tree stump makes a lovely chair. I'm comfortable. Got clothes on me. You know, it's that kind of energy. And here with Three of Cups in the reverse and the Knight of Cups in the upright, it's like two contrasting energies here. Do I mourn? Because the Three of Cups is about celebration. You know, the Three of Cups can also be about threesomes or like love triangles. So do I mourn that, or do I celebrate my life and my independence, whether in a relationship or not? Do I celebrate my own cups? The Knight of Cups can also be an offer of love, possibly coming to you, or you wanting to give somewhere new or something, because it does feel like something has ended. And it's again related to stability of some sort. With the Ten of Cups, the Page of Pentacles, and this Two of Wands, whatever ended, allow it to be, because I really feel it's leading you towards your stability. But you absolutely need to take time out to smell the roses, to enjoy the process. I think focusing on the outcome makes us forget this beautiful journey, you know? So I think that's your reminder. Now the Moon can talk about fear, and your fear can be the thing that makes you rush in without listening. So maybe that's just a little bit of a caution. With perhaps your fear, I mean, because these are general readings, I try to make them, read them as generally as possible, you know, try to give you the big picture and you interpret for yourself. But this could be, let me think about it. You know what I'm seeing here? Something is hidden. And it feels like instead of going within, you can be tempted to be impetuous and make rash decisions that are based on passion maybe, but not on intuition. You're not listening to your intuition. And maybe that's a big caution for you. Maybe that's mainly what this reading is about. And with the page of the Four of Swords, there's a reminder again of that need to go within, to listen to your intuition so that you can make the right choices and offer yourself your cups where they are deserved or earned, or where they should go. Let's get clarifiers with the Modern Witch. This is the reverse, and it's clarifiers, not advice. So interesting. The Hanged Man also came out for one of the groups yesterday, as you will have seen by my post. So the Eight of Cups, it feels like you are reluctant to walk away from something. That's what I'm seeing, a reluctance to walk away from something. I'm not sure, possibly because of fear, possibly because you're not in tune with your intuition right now. It's like you're holding on to the 8 cups, thinking, this is everything. But little do you know that moving away from them leads you to your 9th cup, that fulfillment, that wish fulfillment, you know. And then with the Knight of Swords there, again, that energy of wanting to rush forward. And I think that what you're being guided to do is be still for a while. I gave the advice I suggested in my written post on Facebook that the group, there were 2 that had the Hanged Man, but for the one group, and I'm feeling it here for this group, is use the Hanged Man in your bedtime. Go to bed and imagine yourself, this Hanged Man, suspended, and ask for, what is it I need to look at from a different perspective? Or if you know what this issue is, how can I see this from a different perspective? And then see what comes up for you in the night. Do it for a couple of nights in a row if it doesn't come out the first night. But do that with intention and see. And the next morning, just quickly journal, write that down, what's come out for you. These are your advice cards, Queen of Coins. And the Queen of Cups. Wow, okay. And then beneath you have the Nine of Pentacles, which I think the previous group got as well. Okay. Embrace the in-between. So I think that your advice, so this card is not a card, but I keep it in, you are a badass being full of life, love, and possibilities. So remember that. I think that's what you are being reminded of, to let go of fear and to embrace the journey. And, you know, okay, so what's lovely about this? This is the intuitive queen, and this is the Queen of Earth, the one that makes the money, if that's what you're worried about, is the one that anchors in the abundance. But both of them do what they do in more feminine ways, and more, it doesn't have to be like not dogmatic, more like water. Let's just say like water. Both of them, this is the feminine listening to her intuition, you listening to your intuition, you remembering that you're a badass being. I think that this card is saying trust, reminding you to trust, and that one is reminding you to go within and listen to your intuition. And I think that the main advice is this, the Hanged Man, the what I spoke about just now. I feel like you're working with head and heart, but heart, intuition, you are balancing that with your need to anchor in and make a living or make things tangible. So that's the energy you're working on. Just so call on those queens, those queen energies, the energy of earth and the energy of water, but in the feminine form. And you know what that means for you. Okay, beloved group 3, I hope that helps. I'm trying to keep these shorter. If that helped, please give me a like. Please share your experience of this reading. Please share with others, and give me your comments in the comment section. I'd love to hear. And I send you lots of love for the week ahead. Bye. Welcome back, group 4. You've chosen the Justice card from the Wild Unknown Tarot, and it's an 8, and your card is an 6 plus 2, making 8. And your sister, Turtle Spirit, slow and steady wins the race. Lovely message. And 8 is also that infinity sign. So perhaps the reminder is, now what have I done with your card? Oh, and the reminder is about the slow and steady. It's a journey. It's not everything's happened now. So. Ooh. Group 2 got the Tower as well. Bloody Hierophant. Oh, wow. Look at that, beloveds. The Justice card. Something's coming into balance for you. Let's see. So we have the Tower. Something came down suddenly, or possibly is coming down suddenly. Now, you might see it as the ending, but it's actually a new beginning. It's, you know, the Mother of Wands, and I'm seeing the snake as the transformation. Mother of Wands is the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands is creative, sensual, confident. So whatever's happened, this thing that came to a sudden stop is for your own benefit. You know, I looked at those cards and go, ooh, those are very odd in relation to what's come out next. You know, like I was looking at these, but actually makes complete sense. It's like you are finding a newfound confidence, I think. Ace of Wands, new beginning. That Tower is leading to a new beginning. So trust that. A new beginning, trust. Trust. Take that leap of faith. It's, you know, it suggests a new beginning leading to wishes coming true, It's that complete satisfaction on your own and in partnership. And, you know, so this thing of change, 5, 5, it feels like whatever this change is leading to you unpacking some kind of knowledge. So don't mourn it. Don't mourn. The 5 of Cups is, don't look at the past, look to the future. Because whatever's going on, it's a right for you. And it might lead to some kind of structure, formation, a marriage, or like an institutional thing that is right for you. It's leading to you unlocking some knowledge that you needed. But it's something to do with knowledge or either knowledge, because he has the key to knowledge, not wisdom, but knowledge, something you needed to know. Something has happened so to move you towards some kind of inner knowledge, something that you need to know, maybe enact. But it requires you not to look at the past, but look forward slowly and steadily, and trust the slow and steady moving forward. It clarifies. Yours might be the shortest group 4, but it seems very straightforward. And I'm trying to keep all of them a bit shorter. I'm sorry, this card is looking at me. This is from the other deck and from the other reading, the first one, I think. But look at this card of the 5 of Cups, which is this card, right? But in this one, it shows the cups. I don't know if I showed this. Sorry, I thought you could see. That's your Hierophant when I was talking about the wisdom. So let me just assume that you didn't see it, because I can't really tell. So that's your complete fulfillment in a relationship, a group, more than just the self. That's the self. That's with others. That is your hierophant, the unlocking this knowledge that you need to unlock, that is being caused by this tower, and but this reminder that you need to not hold on to the past, not look at the spilled milk, but look at the two cups that are being offered. And this justice is so much about balance, that yin and yang. And then I just wanted to use this card because it was there. Look at how that falling apart, that tower, this is the Five of Cups, leads to freedom. It leads to freeing. And there's the two again. So it might well be a partnership, a lovership that you are being led to. Let's just clarify this quickly. Beneath the deck, you get the Two of Wands, which is like maybe a little bit of unsureness. Should I go forward? Should I stay where I am, kind of thing? But there's no question about it. You are being invited to move forward now. So the Strength card in the reverse, I think you're needing to trust your inner strength. That's the one, because you need to, in order to make that jump. And this is the eight. You know, I was speaking about how they are in different decks, two traditions of the Strength and the Justice card. So this is from the other tradition. So these are mirroring each other. So Justice is looking at Strength and saying, you need to trust the two aspects of yourself, your anima and animus, your masculine and feminine, your gentle and your brute. You know, trust gentle strength. I think that you are not doing that, and trust this process. And you know, the Queen of Swords, this issue of discernment keeps coming up, because the Queen of Swords, I just mentioned her in a previous reading and last week as well, she came up, and for me, she reminded me of Solomon. Using your Queen of Swords in energy, your intellect, your mind, to make wise choices, to make choices that are in your interests. That's what this Tower moment is giving you an opportunity to do. Really. And it's over the Hierophant. Yeah, you definitely are being invited to be discerning. That issue of being discerning. You can see that those cups have different things in them. They're not all right for you, you know. And you have to be wise in how you approach those cups. You know, it's interesting. The Tower is a 16 and that's a 7. That's a 7 and that's a 7. So they're very linked. The Tower is helping you find that inner Queen of Swords, find your inner strength, and stop. There's something about the Strength card that's getting in the way of justice, because it's in the reverse of your balance. You are not seeing something. Oh gosh, I didn't even read it this way. Let me do that. So the Tower with the Ace of Wands and the 10 of Cups. So a Tower moment is leading to a new beginning. So it's happening so that you can take that wand and create a new beginning that is full of abundance and love and nurturing. You might not see it. You've seen it as, oh, the end of my pentacles, the end of my run, but it's not the case. It's just so that you can take a leap of faith towards some knowledge that you are uncovering within yourself. some knowledge that you need to implement, or you need to take ownership of. It could be leading to marriage, or it's something to do with an institution. It might be leading you towards an institution, towards a form of study, towards work in an institution, towards whatever. So whatever's happening is leading you to this place. You know, the Hierophant is generally about structures, religious structures maybe. So it's maybe leading you to a religious community, something like that. And then here with the Mother of Wands, I think it's also leading to you to embracing your strength and your confidence, trusting that you have all you need to move towards your Nine of Cups, that place of complete satisfaction. But what is required is that you stop looking back. Now, these cards here, that was there. I think there's a matter of confidence here, that you need to be embracing your Queen of Wands, which is an element, I guess, of or a reflection of the Strength card. It's that passion, that belief in yourself, and trusting in your ability to make choices wisely. So it's almost like all this that has happened to help you create your new beginning, one that is based on your confidence and your trusting in your ability to make decisions wisely, with the Hierophant there and the Queen of Swords. Something like that. Let me get advice cards and then I'll close. Okay, so you get, for advice, you get the Ten of Wands and the Magician, the same number, 1-1, new beginnings again. I think that your Ten of Wands is, I think that your guidance is to put the wands down. They will still be there if you take a rest. Perhaps you've been overworking or taking on too much. They are still there even if you rest. Slow but steady wins the race. You don't have to achieve it all now, you know. And then just trust in this ability to change this situation, to not change, take this situation as a lesson learned, and to create something that you are being guided to create. And with the Knight of Cups here, it's like emotional, maybe an offer. Maybe an offer will come out of all of this, a new offer. Let's see, you'll let me know if an offer comes, but it looks like an offer coming, or you making an offer. Maybe an offer is coming in from an institution, or some kind of institutional arrangement. Maybe it's love. And by institution, I can also mean institutions like the institution of marriage, some kind of structure, based on old values. So the Ten of Wands, I think you need to take a little break. I think you need to trust there's something about the knowledge that you have been building. It's, you know what I'm getting? All these wands, I feel so interesting. So perhaps you've had all these disparate, you've been carrying many wands and doing little bits of everything. It's like you need to combine them into one, into this wand of the Magician. And the Magician has all the elements: air, earth, water, and fire. So maybe think about that in this creation that you are creating, or in this new job, or this new offer you want to make, or this new offer that is coming towards you. Does it have all those elements? And I suspect that it does. will it give you that opportunity to embrace and not even embrace, enact all those elements within yourself, the power of the magician, using all those elements in one. It's like taking the power of 10 into one, something like that. I'm not going to explain that anymore. That's what's come. And that one then translates into this one offer. So group 4, yours is a bit mystical towards the end, but take what, or, you know, what has come out. I'm not going to overdo this and insist on a piece of advice here, but I think there's also in advice inherent. You can take what sits for you, the strength card working on your confidence, the wisdom card, the Queen of Swords, work with that. Be more, learn about discernment, just consider that in your mind. But I really love this idea of putting those burdens down, but seeing those 10 disparate things and how you can combine them into one. There's something about that. I don't know what it means, but you just think about it and see, because there's also the one cup, and it might be an offer coming in or an offer that you will make. Wow. Okay, group 1. I'm going to leave it there. I hope that helps. Please, if you like the way I read, and if this resonated, please share your comments. Please like, and please share with like-minded souls. And I send you lots of love for the week ahead. Bye.